Today we'll be finding all the low-cost airlines in ptfs and flying them. So let's spawn in the first one. Our first low-cost airline. Hold on. While we wait for it to spawn, would you like to take a guess? I'll give you a little bit. Drum roll, please. EasyJet. Well, Game Cannon, Hard Jet, due to copyright reasons. So let's do a nice flight from Mellor to Southampton. Help. Sorry, I cannot help you. I'm making a video right now. And besides, I don't even know where you are. Taking off. Slight overrun. Okay. And we'll also be rated these liveries. The liveries for the low cost. So for EasyJet, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. A little too much white, not enough orange. But really, love the orange engines. They make it look so cool. So yeah. And let's say, as on approach, we get a bid strike in the right engine. So the plane starts losing speed. So yeah. Without the right engine, the plane loses speed. Instead of gaining more speed, only making the plane go from 400 something knots to 260 knots. And then the left engine runs out of power. So both engines are out of power. But they're almost at the runway anyway. I had to put it to full power because of this nasty stalling. So, they're now deploying flaps and getting ready for emergency landing. They were slowing the plane down. Hopefully enough for a landing. They kept putting the plane to full power and 25% to avoid a stall, which did go good. And soon they could see the runway right up ahead. But eventually, the plane stalled, causing the pilot to make the plane go full power. And then, all the engines have ran out of power. The pilot had to force the plane down. Oof. And the plane did a very hard landing. Soon they had taxied off the runway for later flights. So that was our first low-cost airline. Let's go spawn in the next one. This next low-cost airline is also in the A320 category. Give you a little more time to guess it. Sorry about that. I believe my cat did just hit a pan on the floor. Good old Spirit. Spirit. Big flying banana. And for Spirit livery, 10 out of 10. Love the yellow on black. Very cool. And I especially love that yellow and black inside. That very cool indeed. So let's head to Perth from Tokyo. You can skip or get snacks while Spirit Wings 700 free is taxiing. Looks like it's gonna be a nice nighttime flight. Oh, you know what would be such a cool feature for Pilot Train and Flight Sim? FPS to show how hard or smooth your landing is. That would be cool, like some other flight sims like Project Flight or Flight Master. That would be cool. Let's gain some speed. And take off. Don't think there's too many low-cost airlines in this game, but hopefully for our next one, it's not going to be an Airbus A320. So let's head to Perth International. And this time, let's say there was a bang in the front of the plane. The pilots wondered what the bang was, so did the passengers, but they decided not to worry about it. Walrus. Whoa. Soon the plane was approaching the coast of Perth International. Well, I meant to say the island of Perth. So, they would start the descent pretty soon. Luckily, unlike the EasyJet flight, there was no right or left engine failures. Then, there were 2 more bangs. And then the pilot figured out what those bangs were. Oh no, that's the nose gear. I think something's wrong. Don't be so daft, said the co-pilot. Nothing's wrong. And then there was the failure alarm was playing. I think we got a failure. And I think it's our nose gear. Yeah, I think you're actually right, said the co-pilot. So the plane was making its approach to runway, not the diagonal runway, the straight runway, also known as runway 11. Hey, that's pretty smooth. Come on, Spirit, stop. Oh no, there's a flight on the runway. Gotta turn. There's a flight coming onto the runway, gotta turn. Oof, that's close. Nearly had to make him go into go around. And this plane still won't stop. Oof. Yeah. Got the Air Canada. Help the Air Canada. Oh my god, this plane is not stopping. The plane. And due to some pressure of the continuation of stalling, all the landing gear just broke. At last. But then somehow the gear went back up. But at last the plane had stopped. And passengers would now have to walk to the airport, which I have to do. Luckily for me, I did not have to make that Air Canada flight go around. Now, this next one be surprising, but our next one is going to be... not going to tell you until we do our guessing. Okay. So, hope you're ready to guess what this airline could be. Drum roll, please. Well, we know it is a propeller plane. The Q400. Yeah, you may be surprised, but Flybe is a low-cost airline, which I never knew. So let's taxi to the runway. Well, I will go with the purple livery than the regular white and blue. I think the regular Flybe livery, not the purple one, has a blue tail. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's take off in the Q400. One day, Flybe flight 7003 had taken off from Perth International and was bound for Greater Rockford. But the plane only ran on propeller, which meant the flight may take a while. As the plane leveled out and was making up to cruising altitude, 2 Canadian geese hit both engines, causing both engines to run out of power. Sorry about the noise, pretty loud. So the pilots decided to ditch the plane in the water. They had to be careful because they could easily end up stalling. Soon the plane was stalling, but the pilot... I have to keep the plane's engines on so we don't stall. Just pretend they're off. So the pilot had successfully ditched the plane. Passengers were able to get out of the sinking plane before the plane fully sunk. And there goes Flybe. Next low-cost airline. Let's go. This one may be iconic for a blue tail. So yeah. So I'm safe to say that we're back with A320. You may. So I'll give you a little more time to guess once again. Do. Drum roll, please. There's some pink, and there's that blue tail. Wizz Air, classic Wizz. Let's go take off now and go This may be surprising, but we're going to land an A320 on the USS Gerald. Maybe. Or Tokyo, depending. And for this flight, nope. Oh, failures. So, yeah. So, for Flybe, for 10 out of 10, I really love their purple livery. And for Wizz, 9 out of 10. Don't really like the separation of the livery, but still pretty cool. Interesting how Wizard decided to choose pink. I think pink just came out of nowhere. Like, they could have done yellow, red, or green, but I think they just went with pink. Don't really know why. I think it, just like I said, I think it just really came out of nowhere. So I got this idea because I asked ChatGPT for low-cost airlines in this game because I had no video ideas. So I might as well. So I was like, might as well ask my good old friend ChatGPT. And as you can see, US Gerald is up ahead. So let's deploy gears. Whoa, some turbulence. Whoa. But not too bad of turbulence. Because look, turbulence stopped. Deploy those 4 flaps again. And lower speed. Oh no, we ain't gonna stop in time and lose speed in time. That's not good. That is not good. Come on, lose speed. That's why I have reverse thrust on. Oof. Hey! We did it! Good thing I have my reverse thrust on. Time for the next low-cost airline. Let's go! So ChatGPT doesn't say this, but we're finally going with a Boeing plane. But you'll have to wait and see what that Boeing plane will be. Let's spawn in Israel. Nice. Okay, got a couple users here in Israel. Rarely see anybody use this airport. Boeing 757. Drum roll, please. I mean, I'll give you time to guess. Not the drum roll. Okay. Drum roll, please. Here's a hint. This airline is iconic for hard landings. Oh, there. Good old Ryanair. Probably one of the most iconic low-cost airlines. And as well as Spirit, but when I say low-cost airlines, what's the first thing you come to mind? Ryanair, or maybe Spirit or Wizz Air. I don't know. But it's up to you for whatever comes into your mind first whenever you think of low-cost airlines. Finally getting a break from the A320s after getting a break from 2 A320s with a Q400. But now we have a Boeing plane. So originally, before the 757 and F4 remodel, and if you remember my flying every PTFS plane with the 757, I believe there was like a Jet 3 or a Jet 2 livery with the gray and red. But because of the remodel, that switched to, not going to say it, until after we're done this flight with Ryanair. And because we're close to St. Barth, because we're close to St. Barth, or now you know what? We're gonna land up Perth because we're closer to Perth than St. Bartholomew. I don't really know what to choose, Perth or St. Barth. Let's go to St. Barth. I think the passengers would like to go to the beach. Level out. So, this may take a while, but oh well. Can see some lights. Well, there's Perth over there. So that means we should be getting close to St. Barth. Looking at this angle, just look how if you look at this window, just look how shiny it looks like. Like if you point your camera right here, it just looks so shiny. Which I like. Okay, I think I'm starting to see a little bit of St. Barth. So I think it should be a good time to descend. So, as you can see, the landing gear is here. But watch what happens when I deploy it soon. Once I find the runway. Good old nighttime landing. Once I deploy the landing gear, if I don't know if this is actually like just a holder for the landing gear, but landing gear is also in here. Don't really get it, but think that's just a landing gear holder. There's our runway. Flips, flaps, flap. Flap it, flap, 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 flap. Reverse thrust, slow the plane down, slow down, slow it down. Oof. That was a good old hard Ryanair landing. Before we get into the video, into the rest of the video, hey, I was just flying a Ryanair and I got a Ryanair YouTube notification. But that's not what that pause was about. So, just doing this. So, for people who don't know or never played the game before, there is a secret on St. Bartholomew Island. So, chose a nice fast plane, unlike ATR 72 or Q400. So, if we just take off from St. Barth here, and if we just go a bit. It pass here. There's this little secret area in front of the airport. Let's land. I already got the badge, but for people who don't know, here's a abandoned base, like hangar, and there's a UFO here. So this is just said this for the people who never played this game, and it's a little hard to get it out. But if you're used to helicopter controls, then you can easily get it out. So yeah, just a little hack, just a little ptfs tip. Back to the video. Let's spawn in our next low-cost airline. Here we are in Grindervik. And let's spawn in our airplane, our next plane. For our next low-cost airline. Thank goodness we could spawn the 757 here. So, here's our next airline, Jet-Free Holidays. It says, ChatGPT says it's Jet 2, but there's no Jet 2, so, we're just going to use Jet-Free as a replacement. Like, I don't know, but it's Jet 2 and Free. It's Jet 2 and Jet Free, and Jet 2 Holidays and Jet Free Holidays, all just big one airline. Like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Wait, if there's a Jet 2 and the Jet 1, where's Jet... No, if there's a Jet 2 or Jet Free and Jet 2 Holidays and Jet Free Holidays, where's Jet 1 and Jet 1 Holidays? Is there even a Jet 1? I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up after this video. So yeah, I believe after this so I believe this might be our final low-cost airline for the video, but if I missed any, let me know in the comments. And for the beginning of this video, we landed at South Fatona. Now for the ending of this video, we're going to land at South Fatona. LOL. Let me know if I should try to land big planes on the oil rig, like from the ATR 72 to like a very big plane, like the AN225 or the like from the ATR 72 to the ATR from the ATR 72 to the AN225. Let me know if you want to see that for a video. Deploying gears. And let's say during the approach, left engine failure happens. We began this video with an engine failure. Now we're going to end it with an engine failure. And let's say the pilot accidentally retracts the landing gear. Co-pilot said, "Pilot, what are you doing? You just retracted the gear." "Oopsie," said the pilot. They were going to deploy the gears, but when they were going to deploy the gears, it was too late. The plane was getting too close to the runway and was already now turning onto the runway. It leveled out. The right engine hit the runway, and soon the left engine did. The pilots tried to stop and slow down the plane by setting down flaps, which worked, and the plane came to a stop. So, let me just delete this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite low-cost airline?